Hey guys, today I'm going to walk you through the process that I use when I notice that I'm procrastinating something. So if you are a habitual procrastinator, and that's all of you, don't lie to me, this video is for you. I've just hired a new video editor, and I'm so excited about the content that she's going to help me put out. It's going to be faster, it's going to be cleaner, it's hopefully going to be funnier. And today was my day to film content for her to edit. And I found myself just continuing to push off sitting down to film something. So here's what I did and what I recommend that you start doing when you notice you're putting off something that you actually do want to do. I do three things. Number one, I notice what I'm thinking. Then I break down each thought that I have. And then I choose a new thought consciously, intentionally to focus on with my goal in mind. Here's a little more detail about each of those. When I notice my thoughts, I find it very helpful to always write them down, because if you're like me, and most of us with ADHD are, your thoughts are kind of like children at a birthday party, and you're handing out candy, and they're like lining up. Well, if you hand out candy, they're gonna keep circling back around to get more candy until you have no more candy. So it's gonna be, so your thoughts are gonna do the same thing. They're like, they come into your consciousness, you focus on them for a moment, and then you move on to the next one, and that one's gonna disappear and come back, and you'll be like, did I see this thought before? Have I given this child a sucker yet? That's why you get so much spinning going on. That's why you get so much confusion. Writing them down is like taking all of those children and putting them in high chairs and locking them in and going, have a Laffy Taffy. You get one. This is why I write things down on paper, okay? So I wrote my thoughts down on paper today. The next thing that I do is to break down my thoughts. I break them down by asking myself very pointed questions designed to get me to loosen my grip on feeling like each thought is so true, okay? So I'm gonna show you a couple of things that I do. The questions that I find most useful are, is this true? Are there other thoughts that are as true or more true? Is this relevant? And what does X mean? What does one part of the sentence even mean? So I'll show you what I did with my actual thoughts. Here are some of the ones that were helping me put off my video today. I don't know what to talk about. Is that true? No, that's ridiculous. In fact, it's much more true to say that I don't know when to stop talking. I'm not pretty enough. This is where I would go, what does that even mean? Can you be pretty enough? Pretty enough for whom? What does pretty mean? Are we talking about pretty, like modern day American 20th century? Are we talking about true beauty based on what God tells you? Like, you can keep going. In this case, I'm like, okay, ultimately you can't pin this down, and it renders it irrelevant. This lighting sucks. Like, that's true, but irrelevant, because I can film a video without having perfect lighting. I can film a video with sucky lighting. I need a shower. That's probably true also. Yeah, that's true. But irrelevant, because you guys can't smell me, bless your hearts. This is going to be stupid. Whenever you have a thought like that, talking about the future, that you cannot possibly know that. You can't. You know your past, but the past does not dictate the future. Your thoughts actually do that. More on that later. Nobody's going to like this. First off, if I decide to like it, then that's utterly false. It's also irrelevant because of lots of reasons that I'll discuss. And then finally, I should just do this tomorrow. I mean, maybe you can validate that, but it's also true that I should just do it today, right? Notice how many times your thoughts are like that. So this is me breaking down the thoughts that I wrote on paper. And then finally, I want to choose a new thought based on the goal that I have. The goal that I have is to help as many people as possible, by giving them content, by hooking them up with me if what they need most is a coach that's going to help them support their goals and their highest self, becoming someone new and living life to the full for the glory of God and having fun, right? That's what I'm looking forward to doing. How do I do that best? I film a video today, darn it. So what kind of a thought is going to help me film a video today when I have all of these other thoughts that are competing for my attention? Here's the ones that I came up with. The first step in making a good video is making a shitty one. All I have to do is film a bad video. I can always delete this. This is true, right? This is going to really help someone. I can believe that. C- work changes lives. Yay! Okay, so every procrastination problem that you have, all of them, can be solved with this process. Steps 2 and 3, breaking your thoughts down and choosing new ones that work, that are not like positive thinking, which you want to fight. They can be a little difficult to do on your own when you're unpracticed, when you haven't been exposed to a lot of this kind of thinking about your thinking, right? That's one of the reasons that having a coach can be so incredibly useful. Every week with my clients, that's the majority of what we do on our calls, is we give them space to think. We never take time to think. Give them space to think. I help them break down their thoughts, and I help them choose believable thoughts that will generate action for them. Very experienced at doing this for myself. I'm very experienced at doing it for them. If you're someone who thinks about coaching and wonders what's involved with that, this is part of it. This is why it's so effective for breaking your chains of inactivity. I hope this was useful for you. Please go out and try this. And if you have questions for me, let me know. And video is done. Take care, you guys. Bye.